Well, it's not really Church of Nassau. I got that from somebody else. So, hold on. Okay. There we go. And then, oh, we've been live for 30 seconds. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? My bad. So I wasn't paying attention. My bad. So it is Ryan and Jenkins from the Crown by Nichelle podcast. We just went live on Instagram. We're now live on Facebook and YouTube. So tell a friend. Matter of fact, I'm going to log on Facebook and share it out so people will see that it's there. So before we get into our topic, before we get into our guest who is live here and in person, I just want to give y'all, again, some few announcements. Again, whenever you see some awesome things, you want to learn more about me, you can go to my website, which is exactly what you see there. That's all my social media handles, RyanNJenkins.com. At one point, I'm probably going to put my website in the comments for those of you who have not been under a rock. Your girl has books out there. So before I even get to the books, remember this podcast can always be viewed on YouTube forever. It will be on Facebook and Instagram for 24 hours. And then you can listen to it on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeart, Spotify, Podcast Index. The book that is available now is A Blessing for the World, which is my first picture book. It is a love letter to our Black boys, our Black sons. So you can get that now. You can order it. Matter of fact, I'm supposed to be getting the delivery of books tomorrow, I think. I'm supposed to be getting a shipment of books. Also know that, hold on. The next book that is on the docket is my novel, which is called Reverse. Matter of fact, I was working on edits today. So we are in the final process of editing and formatting. So if you want to get an autographed copy by March 7th, which is my official release date, you definitely want to order it by this Sunday. Everything is on the website now. I'll make sure I'll plug that in wherever I can. And then also the new cover release of my new picture book, my love letter to my girls, our love letter to our girls, our beautiful Black queens, reminding them how they are heaven's jewel. That is not going to be available to April, but it is available for pre-order. So here is all the information here where you can order from my website, which again is Ryan, R-I-A-N, another N, Jenkins.com, where you can order and get more information. And then the next time we will be on here for a podcast will be March 2nd. It is called The Conductors of Destiny. A good college friend of mine, Amber Blake, who we went to Winthrop together, she is going to be on the podcast. She actually created a book about prayers. She created for her children, helping them have a productive school year. So we're going to bring her on. The next episode after that will be March 3rd. It will be not during our normal time. It will be at 11 a.m. to accommodate my guest is Janae Marks. Janae Marks is a published author who has some dope books. Have you ever heard of the Desk of Zoe Washington? She will be on that podcast, which I'm really excited. She actually donated some books towards my book drive, and I'm really excited about bringing her on the podcast. And then my last episode for now will be on March 4th at 7 o'clock. We're going to be sitting down with another friend of mine. I went to high school with her. Her name is Keisha Lewis, and she is pretty much she helps people who have diabetes and coach them and how to get their sugar regulated and have better eating habits. So I think if you're not struggling with diabetes, I still think you should tune into the podcast. So a lot of people don't realize you could be pre-diabetic and what you need to do to cope with that and to make sure you don't become to those levels and better healthy eating habits. So that is on March 4th at 7 o'clock. So tonight's guest tonight, and I'm going to scoot over here, sir.
Mm-hmm. No problem. How far over do I need to
go? More than that, so you could be in the camera, sir. So this is my brother from another mother and father. So this is my dude. This is Rich. I knew Rich. We go back to like 1990.
You telling our age.
You're younger than me, so I need you not. So my mom and dad decided to move us. You're not all the way in the camera, dude. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so basically, Rich, did y'all move in the neighborhood in 96 or 97? You don't remember.
I don't know the year, but I know we did move in the neighborhood.
I didn't ask you to text Lewis. But anyway, I don't know if we moved in the neighborhood around the same time, but I'll never forget. We all moved into Winchester. For those who don't know, that's the northeast side of Columbia. Mm-hmm. And what was so awesome about that neighborhood, it was a nice neighborhood in the suburbs, but it was a whole bunch of Black folk. Yeah. And we had fun. Yes. So from the pool to, that's the first time that I realized how obnoxious he was. And yes, I'm going to share this embarrassing fact.
No.
Yes.
He said we're not going to do this.
We already knew we were going to do this.
Okay.
So I guess that was my first time being in a bikini at the pool. And then Rich decides to start singing Baby Got Back. And I'm just like, are you serious? Because Rich, I was maybe 16, so you like 7 or 8.
Yeah, I was young.
So I was just like, are you serious? He was that obnoxious, annoying little brother who hung out with his big brothers. Because his brothers are not that much younger than me. So Calvin, if I'm 40, about to be 45, Calvin is how old? Why you don't know your brother's ages?
I didn't think we were telling the ages.
Okay. Anyway, Calvin is not that much younger than me. Calvin, I think, is on age with my brother. Calvin and Lewis are right behind each other, right?
Yeah, they're 2 years apart.
Okay, they're 2 years apart. Yeah. So they're right around the age of my brother. My brother's 3 years apart from me. So we all hung together in the neighborhood, playing basketball, going to the pool. Mm-hmm. So we ironically, I go off to college. I even have a child. And then we run into each other at a barber shop. I want to say, I can't remember what year that was, but Joshua had to be like 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm. Probably like 2017.
Yeah. So it was just like, so then talking to Rich more, I had learned more about some of the things he had dealt with. I'm like, oh my gosh. So initially, y'all, this podcast was supposed to be us together.
Yeah.
But somebody dropped the ball.
I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so it was
doing great.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that was a God move, but truly we were I want to say the name of the podcast, I wanted to call it Rated R, because we were both Rich, Ryan. Yeah. And then so but it didn't work out. Like, we were gonna do it in the barber shop, because I really do like the shop that I think it is called the shop with LeBron James. Mm-hmm. I really like that setup. And then to me, the barbershop is a safe haven. So he's been my barber since then. Yeah. He's my barber, Joshua's barber. But he just has an awesome story. He's an entrepreneur, an awesome father, an awesome uncle. And I just love his story. I love his heart, even though he aggravates me and he antagonizes people.
You gotta have fun. Make it fun.
That's what you call it,
having fun. You gotta have fun.
So we've had some conversations, like even with Joshua. I'm not gonna repeat everything he's told me, but he has to help me understand that Joshua is technically a grown man.
Yes.
So, and I just have to be comfortable with that. So, but I brought him on here to share his story. So, when you think about your childhood, like how would you describe your childhood?
At first, when I was with my mom and dad, like that, rough. Okay. It's hard. Yeah, we didn't have much. Okay. Yeah. Went without.
Okay. Because I remember with and you choose how descriptive you want to get with it, but with your mom and dad, so is that what prompted your grandparents to take y'all in?
Yeah, my dad was abusive. Okay. Both mom and dad was on drugs. Okay. So my mom got fed up and took it to her grandparents.
Okay. Yeah. And I remember at some point you admitted you went to your grandparents, wasn't feeling it because you wasn't feeling the rules.
Yeah.
And tried to go back.
Yeah. They told you gonna follow the rules and you gonna get out. You know how that go. So yeah.
So what made you go back to your grandparents?
Man, went to Saxon Homes. Saxon Homes off of towards downtown.
Okay.
With my dad. And it was rough. We ain't had nothing. I'm going back. I'm going back to grandpa. Yeah.
So I guess my question to you, hey Jaden, you know Jaden, right?
Yeah.
I forgot you cut his hair.
Yeah, I cut his hair too. Yeah. What's up, Jaden?
Yeah. So my question to you is, what you said it wasn't your best life. So do you think that's what caused you to make some of the decisions that you made early?
The bad decisions?
The bad decisions,
yeah. Okay. Yeah, because of what I seen, what I experienced, and what I was around. Yeah. So
can you share, like, what was some of the stuff that you found yourself? Did you feel, okay, this is the question I want to ask you. Okay, what bad decisions did you make? Let's start there, and then I'll ask my second question.
Bad decisions, running the streets and not listening, being hard-headed, doing what I wanted to do, following behind some people in these streets. Yeah, but I was a good person. But
explain that to me.
I was a good person. Okay. You know, I was good, but when you're around certain stuff and you come up without, and you know, you got a hole in your heart that need to be filled. So you end up going out trying to fill that hole. Yeah.
So to you, the streets was your way of filling your void.
Yeah.
So what, do you mind sharing some of the things you did or no?
In the streets?
Yeah.
I mean, what street people do. We're not going to get too specific, but we're just in the streets and doing what street people do. Okay. You know, everybody know that. A lot of wrong, bad. Did some good.
You do have some consequences behind that?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with the do you want to share those consequences?
Jail.
Okay. That's what I was trying to get him to say.
Yeah, went to jail. End up in jail.
Okay.
Went to jail several times. Spent some time in there.
Okay.
Lost a couple homeboys.
Okay.
Couple partners, couple brothers. Jail. Gone.
Okay. Yeah. So once at one point, because the reality is you haven't been living that lifestyle for a very long time. At what point did you realize, you know what, I can't do this anymore? And what was it that made you realize I can't do this anymore?
Having my daughter, Isis. Yeah, when I had her, I'll tell you a story. Okay. One time I got locked up in Salt Lake City, and ended up going to court. Yeah, in Utah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, I didn't know you were.
And
learn so much.
it go deep. Okay. You know what I mean? But end up, going to court, and I didn't see my daughter in like couple months. Okay. And when she seen me, you know, in the hallway, you know, I'm getting ready to go in the courtroom, and she seen me, and she yelled, "Daddy!" She probably like 2, 3, about 3. Yeah, she yelled, "Daddy!" And she was trying to get to me. That was it. It broke me. It broke me. My child. Yeah.
Okay. So from there, did you find yourself getting in more trouble, or did you find yourself making a transition?
I mean, I might have got a traffic stop. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean.
But not too major to where like I had, you know, no. Okay. After that, no.
So what made you go into barbering?
Well, you know, my granddaddy, it was, you know, three of us, 3 boys, 1 daughter. So 4 of us in my granddaddy's house. And, you know, they trying to make the money stretch. You know what I'm saying? People probably seen the house in Winchester and probably thought we had it all. They just don't know that my granddaddy went through a lot to, you know what I mean, get that house and put us in there. So he was like, shit, you take me to no barbershop. He went to Walmart, bought some clippers. He got clippers, so he taught us to cut our own hair. He told us, man, y'all gonna cut your own hair. So
I didn't know that, Rich.
Yeah, me and my brothers, we cut our own hair. We go to no barbershop. We might go for Christmas, you know what I mean? And then you get a $10 haircut. Me and Lou was like, man, we can do this better than this, like with the clippers. So yeah, that's how that went. So after that, he always told us we need to find a trade, get a trade. So it went from there. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So your dad taught, I'm not your dad,
your
grandfather.
He's like a father to me.
Yeah, he's like a father.
Definitely.
So he taught you. So when I met you, you were working with Tolliver. So I guess, had you been working there for a while? Was that your first?
Yeah, that's my first step.
Okay, and then so what made you transition? Which I'll admit that was a quick transition.
Yeah.
Because
Fast.
I remember going to the shop because someone had recommended me go to him to get a bar, not Rich, but to Tolliver.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went there, I was like, Rich, like, oh
what's up? We here. Yeah.
I haven't seen you forever. Because I literally hadn't seen you since high school.
Yeah.
So, and Joshua's now like 6, 7 years old. So we ended up, the barber I was going to see had pissed me off and said something that I felt like was inappropriate.
Most definitely.
And I remember I walked back to you to get my hair cut, and he apologized and felt bad because
she came to me, y'all. I had her. She knew I had her. She came to holler at me. I got you. Come talk. And we fixed that.
And that's when he became my barber from then on. But I remember from there, I don't think it was even a year that you opened up your own shop.
Yeah.
How was that able to happen so fast? Or were you was that something you were already working on, or how did that?
Well, I don't want to skip steps. I'm gonna say this, man. I was a manager at Bala, which is nothing wrong with that, you know. But I was still struggling, especially with the kids I had. You know what I mean? So I got tired of struggling. You know, so I figured this is what I'm gonna do. You know, I went to Tolliver's. He made me cut my dreads off, like kind of like sacrifice. Like, what would you give up to come in here? Which I did. So ended up in there waiting on Mr. Tolliver to talk to me for a long time. It took forever, but he did come and talk to me. He let me in. When I met you, I was a year in, so I had another year to go. Just focus and dedicated. And I had a great support team with my family. You know, shout out to my uncles, you know, and my brothers and my sister. Yeah, so that's how it happened so fast because of the people around me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, and I hope I'm not getting into your business because I guess somebody would like to know if someone wants to open up their own barber shop, like what does it take? Like, did you have money saved up? Did you do loans? Like, how did you?
I mean, we had some money saved up, but I also got some powerful uncles, you know. So they like, hey, shout out to my uncles. They like, hey, look, whatever you want to do, we'll support you.
Okay, so, that's dope. So would you say that also helps anyone who they want to make a change, but the struggle is there? Would you say it's helpful to have a village that is like, was your village ever combative towards you? Like, man, you need to get it together, or were they loving you through your process? Or was it a mixture of both?
A mixture of both. A lot of tough love, though. Tough love. Like, my brother wouldn't let me cut his hair until I got my barber's license. And that kind of hurt because I'm like, man, I need your support. What are you doing? Like,
Lewis or Calvin?
Why you calling names? I'm sorry. Calvin. Yeah, like man,
I can see him doing that.
He like, man, you ain't cut my head, man. You ain't get a license. Yeah. So I needed that, but it also motivated me. It pushed me to get my license. Okay. Yeah. So I got a mixture of both. Okay. Love, tough love, all that good stuff.
Oh my gosh, that's good to hear. Yeah. And the reason why I brought that up, because sometimes at the end of the day, people know the promise and the potential that's in them. But if you don't have people around you, like, it wasn't like people completely washed their hands of you. I guess that's one of the questions I want to ask. So you felt like they were still trying to push you, even though you might have been messing up?
No, they were done pushing me by that time.
Okay.
Yeah, I already messed up so bad. It's like, boy, you're young.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess what I was trying to get to is and it happens to people differently, because I even remember, which eventually I'm gonna bring my brother on here to talk about his journey, because it's just sometimes people take a minute to figure it out. This is what I want, this is what I need. Because at the end of the day, after you got your life together and you stopped going back and forth in the system, you got a job. You said it wasn't paying you a lot. So that's why again, you went from so when you left Bilo, was it always in your mind, I'm not just gonna cut hair, but I'm having my own shop?
Yeah, I needed my own. Okay. I needed my own. I definitely needed my own. I mean, it's not for everybody to be an entrepreneur, but the telling me what to do. I got clock in, clock out. It wasn't for me. It just wasn't for me. I like to take a break. I'll be back when I get back, But yeah,
Which if you met him, yeah.
We said we not doing this. I like to come when I want to come. Don't tell me when to come. I get there when I get there. You know I'm coming.
Because I showed one of my haircut on Friday. Bitch, you was nice. I know it was Valentine's Day, y'all, but still, I wanted my haircut. And I was texting him, like, Rich, so I had to come in on a Saturday, y'all. A Saturday.
It was a beautiful Saturday. It was nice outside.
No, it was raining Saturday.
It's still nice, still a little rain.
Let me see. Hey, Desiree. So let me look on TikTok, see who else, because normally people don't say comments to me on here.
Okay.
I see Teacher Jen. I see you. Oh, you had a question on TikTok. They said, "Are you on the path right now?" That's why he's on this podcast, Rap.
Yes. We on the right path.
Matter of fact, his barbershop. And matter of fact, I'll put up his. Somebody put a comment over here.
Okay.
Yes, 1996. Thank you, Louis.
What up, Lou?
So he's one of the infamous Hall brothers. So if you want to follow Rich, he is on Instagram. Rich_KUTTZ_TU. He is the best barber ever. I've been with him since, again, it's been a minute. I don't remember what year. And Joshua had other barbers, but once we got to him, we didn't leave. Because it was like, he was like family, and he watched out for us. Yes. Like, I will never forget. I will never, financially, I was going through, and I let Rich know that. But then I was trying to get free haircuts too. I wasn't trying to let just Joshua get free.
Oh my God.
So I remember Rich took me outside, like, let me talk to you for a second. Can we go outside for a second?
Let's handle this.
And so like I'm standing there, and Rich is like, Joshua, I got you. His family, I got him forever. As long as he come here, I got you. Yeah. Got him. But you gonna have to pay for your cuts. But I had to do something with this. And I felt some type of way, but it was legit. Yeah. Like it wasn't like you were charging me a lot.
No, never did.
So it was like you're taking, like he was saying what I saying, Ryan, you're taking advantage of me. Like chill out.
We ain't gonna
do that.
Yeah, we ain't gonna do that. Yeah.
So it was a humbling.
It was out of love though.
It was out of love. I don't take it personally. Okay. Not in the moment.
I never heard this story. Why you didn't tell me this?
I don't know.
How we get on here? You tell me that.
First of all, I need you not to be embarrassed. Number two, it goes to show you were being a brother and you were looking out for me. Okay. So, like, don't.
Here we go.
You hurt my feelings, but you didn't hurt my feelings. So, let me see. But yeah, he has his own shop off of Fairfield Road. What's the exact address?
5128 Fairfield Road.
If you know where the Food Lion is off of Fairfield Road, it is an awesome, awesome shop.
We do have fun in there. We do have fun.
Too much fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Too much fun. Like they just.
If you want to get out of the house, you want to have fun. 5128.
Like he literally, he's one of those barbershops, and I think all barbershops are like that. Mm-hmm. Well, most of them, where people like that. The one old dude who was there was his grandson. Granted, he was sweeping, but they just hang in the barbershop. They just hang. It's like a hangout spot. Yeah. So. And then what I didn't know about Rich, which I'm glad now I know, because every now and again his song selection is a little bit too ratchet for me. So I go in the shop one day and he's playing Isley Brothers and Al Green. And I'm just I just kind of looked at him. He was like, look at my clientele. And it was a whole bunch of old men there. And I'm like, Rich.
We adapt.
And I was like, so now I know. Yeah. And he was like, you would have said something, I would have known. And I was like, well,
I thought you was with me. We grew up in the same neighborhood.
I do not listen to me.
You don't like NBA Youngboy?
No.
You don't?
No.
You never heard NBA Youngboy?
I probably didn't know who he was.
You know who T.I. is?
I know T.I.
Okay.
I can do T.I. I can do T.I. I can do Outkast. So I can't do them other people. But that's literally how they sound. Like that is too much.
Not sound like that.
So I see Chris. I don't know if you know Chris. I think you may know Chris, but she knows Michael. Her and Michael went to school together.
Yeah.
Not my Michael, but Tolliver. Isn't his first name Michael?
My Teasy?
Yeah.
Shout out to Teasy. He taught me everything I know too.
He's good people. Matter of fact, he was working there. He was working there at Tolliver's.
Put me on game.
Before he's over here at Northeast. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, we his barbershop, the club. Yeah, it borderline can be. It borderline can be the club. It's really like a chill spot.
Yeah.
So
everybody have fun.
He's someone asked, what advice would you give to people who want to go into business today? Like what do they need to do to prepare to go into business?
First thing I start with a business plan. Definitely have a business plan. And have a business plan, not like over the top. Be realistic about your business plan. And then also plan to fail. And that'll help you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Put it on paper. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I like that because at the end of the day, a lot of people think once you get into business, it's supposed to be like, zoom.
It don't work like that. Yeah.
I'm struggling myself right now.
Yeah.
So this full-time entrepreneurship is not for the weak.
No, it's not.
So I
cried plenty of times.
Yeah. So
I might cry tonight. Hold Ryan and cry.
So, but I do love. There's a difference of barbers in his shop. You have your old head. I don't even know his first name. All I know is cousin. We're not gonna say his name then. Okay.
You already did name dropping. We might as well just keep going. His name is Clarence.
His name is Clarence. See how that doesn't show. So you had Clarence.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm allowed to ask this question.
What's that?
How did Day end up in your shop?
I was cutting Day head. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I seen him grow up as a kid. So
he came to you.
He came to me wanting to cut hair. I think somebody messed his head up. I don't know. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Okay, put that on the record. It was not me. But he came to me. He was like, "Man, I'm sick of it. I want to learn how to cut." So he started cutting at his house. He bought his equipment and ended up
getting his license and stuff.
Yeah, getting
right. Because I'm mentioning his name is Day. We call him Day because I watched him grow up in the shop. He's been at what 2-3 years?
Yeah, about 3 years.
Yeah,
he got a mustache now.
And I didn't want to blow his head up, but I noticed he's been lifting some weights.
Yeah.
I didn't want to blow his head up.
Go ahead, tell him.
No.
He told me. I told him a grown man got to at least weigh 200. He was he was pink.
He is tiny. He's tiny.
Yeah.
He can bulk it up a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, Day. Shout out to Daddy.
Oh God. So it's just you see different people. I don't know. At one point, do you think you're gonna bring back a braider in your shop, or you don't know?
Well, I have one right now.
You do?
Yeah.
They just out there when I'm there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never. Yeah.
So no. So it's different stuff you can do. Yeah. One thing I will also advise, if you want to go into business for yourself, have somebody in your circle that has done what you've done. Mm-hmm. I also recommend, even though I'm still learning how to tap into this, the city of Columbia, Richland County has a lot of free resources as far as getting your business up, mentoring. This is a thing called SCORE. Where they will sit with you and get certain things lined up with you and make sure you have what you need. Don't think you have to pay for everything. A lot of people think they have to pay for a coach or pay for a mentor. You may not have to do that if you go through the city.
You ain't had to pay?
I know one program I went through, I did not have to pay.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Now, the same program, though, I saw, and but it's still only like $50. But the amount of information you're getting in that program, because I'm thinking about redoing it. Because when I did it the first time, I was still a teacher.
Okay.
So I got some stuff, but I didn't get enough. But it was to the point, it did help you set up your business plan. Mm-hmm. You had to do a pitch in front of the group. Even to the point, they would show you how to look up how much you should be charging people based on your hourly rate. How are you paying for stuff? So it's, I can't think of the name right now. If I can pull up on my phone, I will. But it's through the city of Columbia. They have a lot of small business programs that are free. I know Benedict University has a program, but it's strictly for women. So, but Because we're minorities. Don't do that. So no, he would,
Let's change the world. So it should be for everybody.
No, so but their resources are free, and SCORE I know is free too. So there are a lot of resources out there if you want to be in business for yourself. But just make sure you have the right mindset, because it is a 24-hour job,
and it's challenging.
Yeah, it's very challenging at times. So let me see if anybody else had any other questions. Okay, yeah, she said they call her Crystal. You may know Crystal. So, but I taught her daughter, Ayana, who's at State. She's the same age as Joshua.
Okay.
So, but I know her and young Tolliver. I think they went to school together. Okay. So.
And that's Teasy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I'm seeing if anybody else had any other questions, because we're only 30 minutes in. Let me make sure I went over all the stuff I said I wanted to say.
Uh-oh.
Because I sent you a list of stuff. Okay, you said what turned your life around. What advice would you give? Let's say someone is watching this and they're caught up in the streets. What advice would you give them? I mean, it's an easy thing to say, but for some reason, it's ironic that you mentioned the fact that despite what you saw growing up, you still felt a need to be a part of something you witnessed growing up. So what advice you would give them to help them wake up or get it together?
I feel like rules are set in life for a reason. So if you pay attention to whether you're at your parents' house or whether you're at work, it's rules. There's rules in the world. So if you pay attention to the rules of the world or those places, it's there for a reason. Follow them. It'll help you. So definitely do that.
Yes. And it trips me out how people really do think that you can just live however you want and do whatever you want.
It don't work that way.
And it don't work that way. And one thing I wish, especially our Black males to understand, is the system is set up for you to fail. They don't want you. Like, there's this poem I wrote years ago, and it's actually included in my first poetry anthology. And the line came from, there was this I was substituting at the time in Charlotte, and the young man, I was like, you need to get it together. He was like, they don't see me. They don't see me. And I was like, and this was like an 8th grader, but they already knew he was known for gang activity. He was in and out, doing whatever he wanted to do. And then that line just stuck with me. And so I think the line began with, they don't see me, but they don't want to see you. And I basically go into how, when people talk about the prison, the pipeline to prison system from school, that's what that is. You know, when you're not in school doing what you're supposed to be doing. I don't totally believe that schools are set up for kids to go to prison. Like, I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. Like, it really bothers me when I hear people say stuff like, the fact that they make you walk in straight lines, they make you do that in prison. Stop it! Stop it! It is not that serious.
You can go whenever you want to school.
Exactly. So it was like the school. So, but at the same time, when you look at the suspensions and the recommendation for expulsions, I do think sometimes I feel like we can have more redemptive measures in schools, but because I think they're overcrowded,
it's hard.
It's hard. So you have people who do fall in between the cracks. So life is about discipline and structure. That's exactly right, Crystal. Because even you think about, I was talking to my guest. She's a former student. She's 17, and she was like, she even identified with the dress code. You need to follow the dress code at school. But she said, when I'm out with my girls, she said, I don't see why I cannot expose my stomach. And I was like, I said, I'm not there yet. But the fact that she understood when I'm at school, this is how I'm supposed to dress.
Follow the rules.
It is what it is. So it's like, and I also want people to think, sadly, there's some people that when they want to go into business for themselves, they're trying to avoid those rules. And it's like, no, if you don't have discipline,
it's still rules.
It's still rules. It's still you still gotta pay your taxes.
Yeah. Yes.
You still gotta, make sure people get paid. I mean, it's a lot of things that's done that people have to make sure they're following. Does anybody have any questions? I'm running out. Well, I'm not running out, but I want to see if people have questions. So Crystal says life is about discipline and structure. I see my brother Alvin on here from Winthrop. What's up, Alvin? Do people call you Rick?
Yeah, they know me by it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Crystal, she called you Rick.
Yeah.
She said, hey.
So I said, what's up?
So,
yeah.
But, so what would you recommend? Because you said you received a mixture of tough love, and at one point your family was like, okay, get it together.
Yo.
So hold on, your brother got a question. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna put the question up. This is Lewis. How do you handle the negative and turn the positive in which continue to press forward? You want to answer that first? You want me to go first? Okay, I'll go first, but he looked at me.
Go ahead.
How do you handle the negative and turn the positive in which you press forward? Eventually the light bulb, I think, needs to cut on when you realize, okay, I have purpose and potential and I can't keep doing this stuff. And it doesn't have to be necessarily a street life. For some of you, it's relationships.
Yeah.
Some of you is eating habits. Like, some of you, the doctor told you your blood pressure is high, but you keep going to Chick-fil-A and McDonald's. So it's like you have to get to a place where you constantly have to remind yourself of your why and how you want to push forward. And that can cause you not to deal with foolery. Okay. A transparent moment without being too transparent. I met someone a few weeks ago, but it was clear to me he was not husband material. No. Me and him have discussions.
Here we go.
And he is quick to like, Ryan, you gotta give him a chance.
Give him a chance.
I did give him a chance. No, when you come out your mouth and say, I'm in a relationship, but I'm not exclusive.
Yeah, keep it moving.
Thank you. So, but a part of me wanted to reach out and see. No.
I'm telling you in a relationship.
Exactly. So I'm not going to ignore that and be stupid. Now the old Ryan, especially the 25-year-old Ryan. Oh my Jesus, I was stupid. So it's just like,
you would have jumped on that. You would have ate that up. No, you wouldn't have cared.
I wouldn't have cared.
You tough, Ryan.
There's a lot of stuff you don't know.
See, Rich. That's how you turn negative to positive and press forward. There's y'all answer. There it is, right there. You see?
So I literally was like, there was some situations where I was okay. Yeah. And it was like whatever. But and then also into that with pressing when you're dealing with the negative, you also have to remind yourself because those negative thoughts will come back to tell you that you haven't changed. Yeah. You're still the same person.
You'll still be tested.
Yeah, you're going to be tested. So you constantly have to affirm yourself. You have to remind yourself. And I just like, no, Lou, you say he played himself, but Louis, sadly, there are guys out there who legit know that there are females out there who will be down with that. Yeah. Like, and to me, I have no problem if you go up to a girl and like, yeah, I'm talking to old girl here. Are you cool with that? That's different than coming to me and I act like I'm okay with that and I'm not, or to act like you're not with someone and you are. And the reality is you're trying to play two different people. Sadly, people believe, is it polyamorous? Is that what it's called?
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, some people are into that.
I don't know anything about that.
So some people are into let me talk to everybody and then some. And I'm not. No, I'm
wrong
not,
one.
I'm not. Yeah. I'm good. So
we ain't doing that.
No. So I'm proud of myself. You still have to coach yourself. Affirmations, confessions is a big thing too, because constantly your mind, you have to constantly train your mind to think positive about yourself.
Always.
So like, you constantly have to speak life into your life
and pray about it. Definitely pray about it. ask for guidance.
Mm-hmm. And not just guidance. Sometimes with God, you have to literally prayer, but also encourage yourself. Like speak life. I am, and speak positive affirmations of yourself to keep you from doing that negative thing, because it's easy to go back.
It's definitely.
Because like you see that one girl or that one guy that you always talking to raggedy people. Obviously, they haven't informed themselves.
Did you say talking to raggedy people?
Raggedy people.
Raggedy
like you're always with raggedy people.
What's raggedy people?
Like you just like people who are not worth their caliber.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's like because you haven't affirmed, you haven't healed.
Oh. Okay.
You haven't. That's what I want to say. What I'm gonna say. You haven't healed, and because you haven't healed, you're still dealing with the same caliber person.
Okay. Gotta elevate.
Yeah. So okay, what's Chris? Chris, we need to get on an episode together. She said everybody doesn't deserve a chance, especially if they come to talking you sideways. And what was so crazy about it is he really thought, because he was like, man, I just want to tell you you're a beautiful black queen, and I just like it's
a loud talk.
Like really like there's a song, not a song, it's a spoken word artist. Her name is called Tank in the Bangers. She raps, she kind of raps, but she mostly the spoken word and she sings. But there's this line she says, this guy slid into my DMs and he says, I'm pretty. That was like a ongoing thing on TikTok. I don't know if you heard it. And she's like, I already knew that ish. Yeah. Like, you ain't telling me nothing I already know. Yeah, like, don't do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm definitely Grand Rising Queen. Exactly. Foolery. Hey, Marquita, I see you. So this is a matter of you really have to get to a place. And that's anything in life. Like some of us, like I've seen students grow up in school and they eventually got to a point they got tired of getting in trouble. So they would find themselves, Mashika, can I go outside? I need a minute. You do what you got to do to improve. Yeah. And sadly, the crazy thing is there are going to be people who going to tell you you can't get it together. And you no good and you just the same as you want. Like, did you ever face that? Like in the midst of you changing?
Man, I heard that all my life. Like, you ain't gonna be nothing. You going to prison, you gonna be dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my thing is once you turn that all around though, were people still talking noise?
No, they ain't got nothing to say. Them be the ones hiding from me. They'll be the ones that won't look me in my face. Or if they see me, they go the way, or they won't speak with me.
Oh my gosh. Hey Lorenzo. I don't know if you know Lorenzo's older than you.
What's up, Lorenzo?
But he went to Ridgeview though.
Yeah.
So Lorenzo, I'll say Lorenzo, my bad. But the reason, and I'm glad he shared what some people said to him growing up, because people don't understand the power of their words.
Yeah. You have to turn that negativity into positive and press forward.
But I do wonder, Rich, if you had people that saw what you were doing, but instead of saying, well, you're going to go to jail, they would say, okay, if you don't get it together, this can happen. But if you do this, did you ever receive that?
No. You don't get that. They're going to tell you where you're going. That's like they know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You don't know where I'm going.
Like it always bothered me when you would see teachers who were quick to be like, if you don't, that's why you're gonna go to jail.
They do that.
And I'm just like, you can't say that.
You ain't God. You can't dictate where this young man going.
Yeah. So that's just like one of, a matter of fact, that was a song analysis I did with my students. It's a Jay-Z song, but he was like it's called Motivation. But Pharrell sings a hook, but he talks about how teachers told him he wasn't gonna be nothing, he wasn't gonna do anything, and he was like, "F y'all." That was like literally the ongoing line in the poem. But and I played it for my kids, of course, the edited version. And we just talked about how people are constantly gonna have something negative to say,
no matter what.
But you have to decide, you know what, I'm not gonna fall for it, you know. But I think the lesson I want to pull out what you were telling me just now, as adults, we have to be better about speaking life into our kids. Like you can't just call kids any kind of names, say anything, because the blessing about Rich's story is you did go to jail, but you also redeemed your life.
Yeah.
Not everybody has that testimony.
No, some people don't make it.
Some people don't make it, and that's why I think we have to be very intentional about our words, and how we speak life, and also making sure, which I know this is something that's way out of our control, but we can do what we can do. But definitely when it comes to mentoring, providing programs,
definitely.
Because that way, because kids, I think the reason why some of the kids do what they do, not because they want to, is nothing else to do.
Ain't nothing else to do. Yeah, we gotta give them something to do. We can do that.
So
me and you,
I'm already kind of technically doing it.
Well, you tell me.
You know my girl mentoring group.
I didn't know that. That's how she was when I said baby got back. She was about to.
I think I did.
Yeah.
No, because you were in the pool. You were in the pool, and I tried to avoid, even though I was at the pool, I tried to avoid the pool. Because y'all like to dunk people.
Yeah, we throw people in the pool. Yeah, we was having fun.
No, okay, another story. You were involved in this somehow.
Uh-oh. They
decided, we were like in front of Winchester's pool house. There was this big grassy area. And I remember they got, I think it was Ebony. Y'all were picking girls up, throwing them over their shoulders. You weren't, because you weren't big enough yet, but your brothers were.
Don't do that.
Rich was
always been big.
Rich was short. He's tall now, but he was short. But y'all, I remember Corey had threw somebody over his. Guys were randomly slapping their behinds. So I took off running.
And she was fast.
They didn't catch me.
Couldn't catch her.
I think at one point I fell because I tried to like zigzag, but the dude who was chasing me fell too, Corey. But you're not catching me.
Yeah, she was fast.
That's when they learned. Yeah, she is a track star.
Track star.
Yeah.
Track star.
Really, track star. Yeah. But it was just one of those things where we legit had fun. Like I always wondered whatever happened to. There were three other brothers. They lived on my street, but further down, because one of them got, I remember, old girl pregnant. You know what I'm talking about? They were really high yellow. Yeah. I wonder what happened.
I followed them on I want to say Instagram. I know you're talking about that. Yeah.
I always wonder what happened to them. But it was a crew of us, and then like some of the people that came, they didn't live in Winchester. It was two.
Oh, they used to be out there. We used to be out there.
And I heard it just went to hell when after I left. Because then they take the basketball. They took the basketball.
They took the basketball goal down. They stopped all that. Yeah.
And I think, because you had different levels of blackness in Winchester. You had your bougie, and then you had your hood. But we can afford to buy a new house hood. But we gonna be loud down this block.
Yeah.
And they weren't ready for that. So I remember they took down the basketball goals. They had it where you had to have a code to get in because everybody would show up at the pool. Like Carrot Oaks. And I bet Carrot Oaks had a pool that whole time.
Yeah.
But they would come to our
corner. Yeah.
They would come to our pool.
Yeah. They tried to vote us out the neighborhood.
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. Tried to have a meeting and tell my grandparents, man, my grandparents paid bread for this house. Trying to tell them we had to get out. What? Yeah, that was something serious.
Oh God, Lewis, he was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lewis. Yeah. Calvin, what you talking about? Larry's name sounds familiar. Where do I know Larry from?
That's Bones Bonaparte. You remember Bonaparte?
I don't remember. I have to look at the face.
Yeah.
That sounds familiar. I feel like I taught a Bonaparte though.
You taught to a Bonaparte?
I didn't say talk to. I taught.
Taught. Okay.
You know, I'm teaching people's kids.
Yeah.
Y'all, funny story.
Uh-oh, here she goes.
So his son was a freshman last year at Rich, my last year teaching.
Yeah.
So when he comes in the classroom, I'm like, what are you doing here? He's like, this is my class. He's like, when I say Shamar is just like even to the point when I would get on him about stupid stuff, I'm like, Rich! He was like, that's not my name, that's my dad's name. It's like, oh my gosh, like what did I do?
Yeah.
He's very respectful, but if you know Rich, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
You have to know me.
Yes. Yeah. He's like, Rich is sweet and he has a big heart.
Too big,
but he can be aggravating.
We're just having fun.
No. it's not always fun. Sometimes sometimes
she get aggravated.
I
with
be
me,
getting
y'all.
sensitive. I guess I'm sensitive, so
I don't be needing to. It's all love.
Yeah, I know. So, but yeah.
What else?
I think that's it. No, I know. I think it was one. No, I think I had a question for you and I got sidetracked.
Okay, what was it?
I guess what would your recommendation be, or what would your advice be to people who are witnessing their family members going in and out the street? Like, what do you encourage them to do?
Continue to support them, no matter what they do. Try your best to support them because you never know what they need.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I remember sometimes as a kid, I act out. Mm-hmm. And my mom would be like, "Oh, you're going through something." Or I seen one of my kids going through something. Like, "Oh, you acting out. You're going through something." Mm-hmm. So they need your support. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? No matter what, don't turn your back on them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I've been through some things and I've done some things. I said some things, and it was a point in my life I was out there by myself in a dark hole, and I needed support. Mm-hmm. I ended up meeting a female that gave me support at that time to help me get up out that hole. It took a minute, but definitely give support no matter what. Mm-hmm. Continue to encourage and to help them get out of that hole. It's dark down there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. And that's what that's something my pastors talk about, how we have to do a better job of loving our kids through. Mm-hmm. Because she said something, I didn't even think about that. She said sometimes as parents, we take on our kids' transgressions as our own and make it seem like it's shame when you forget these kids are going through something and they need love to push them through. They don't need you scolding them. They don't need you belittling them. They need you to love them through whatever they're going through. Because the reality is, whether we want to face it or not, our kids battle stuff that sometimes previous generations have dealt with. Yeah. So they have to fight their way through. So, and that's one thing. I hope my brother's, I don't know how descriptive he's going to be, but there's some things he dealt with that my mother admitted to me. Your father dealt with that. Yeah. But I don't think he ever told my brother that. Yeah. And it's like being transparent with your kids and letting them know, I've been through what you've been through, but you need to learn da. Like, did anyone ever come to you and tell you that? Like, why you were going through your struggles, they were like, I've done this, but this is not going to end well, or I've been where you've been. And
I say one of my uncles told me, like, hey, all right, keep on, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's good stuff. Well, if you want to follow Rich, he is on social media.
Yes.
So you can follow him on Instagram, Rich _KUTTZ _TU. Mm-hmm. The letter U. Again, he's a great barber. Make sure if y'all go and if you're gonna be his client, be on time, because y'all be holding people up. So I be trying to get in and get out sometimes, and all these people be rolling up and
it get busy.
That's why I try to stay away from the shop on Fridays and Saturdays. I try to get you before, but you don't,
It gets busy and we get busy.
Yeah. So depending on, and I just realized you have 2 phones.
Yeah, I got 2 of them.
So do I have the right phone number if I need to get a cut, Rich?
You can get both numbers. You all right with me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Sure
everybody else,
because that's what I think it is. Because when I text, it was like he must be. I had a feeling you have 2 phones. So
it's balanced how.
It was valid.
Like, why y'all? Hold up. Can I say this? And I'm gonna speak up for the barbers before we get up out here. Let's get this understood. As barbers, got everybody, the world, right? Barbers have a life too. We have girlfriends, we have kids, we have doctor's appointments. Our kids are in school. Y'all gotta work with us. I think I haven't missed a Valentine's Day. I've been cutting since 2015. I haven't missed a Valentine's Day ever. I haven't missed Christmas, Thanksgiving. What else holiday is it?
Every now and again, you'll take a vacation.
But for the most part, I'm there. So if your barber,
but you'll let us know in advance.
I'll let you know. Mm-hmm. But if your barber want to go, salute him and let him go. And don't be chair hopping. Y'all gotta stop that chair hopping. Ryan been rocking. You been doing good, right?
I did it I cheated one time. Maybe twice.
Ryan's
I had a no.
Ryan's a cheater.
I had a photo shoot. I had a photo shoot,
okay.
and either you were out of town or something.
We'll cancel the photo shoot.
Then, no, we could not. You can't cancel the photo shoot. So I thought the way I think I wanted to do my hair, it did not come out looking. It looked a hot mess. So I was like, dude.
You wanted to cut it off?
I wanted to cut it off. So I remember going to somebody. There's a bar. If you're coming down 2 Notch, is the Anytime Fitness up there?
We're not gonna call them names. Don't worry about it.
I don't remember the name, but I remember because they were around the corner.
Shout out to all the
and then and then the second time, I think you were out of town. But I went to Tolliver shop. But he didn't cut me. He let some other dude cut me, and I was like,
"We're not doing this, right?
I don't know you. I know you, Tolliver. Like, don't do that."
Yeah, it'd be like that.
Which my mom taught Tolliver.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because when he looked at me, he was like, "You Miss Jenkins?" I was like, "That's my mom." She taught him at Dent.
Oh, okay.
She had some stories.
Might have to get Teasy on here. Yeah. Where's Teasy?
But yeah, Rich, if you want to have a good time and you want to get your hair cut, is definitely he's that dude. Like there's dudes I know, they will come in town and they gotta go by Rich's shop. Definitely. It's like dudes from high school.
Yeah. That's my thing.
So yeah.
I would definitely appreciate you having me. This has been fun. So are we gonna do our own thing, or are you just gonna leave me where I'm at?
I am gonna leave you where you at.
See?
That's the tough love.
Where's the words of encouragement?
No, because what you're not gonna do. So can I bring you on for another episode? Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to my notes.
Your notes?
Yeah, because I remember I wrote, because when I was trying to come up with a podcast idea, and I actually left it in my phone. Matter of fact, the show was going to be called Take 36. And it was called 36 because R is number 18 in the alphabet. And when you add 2 R's, that's 36.
Dope.
But he was acting
stupid. Shout out to Ryan. That's dope. When we going to do it? You can have 2 shows.
Okay, but you were supposed to get the cameras.
What's wrong with y'all camera?
You want to do it here?
We gotta do it here.
Okay.
Just pack it up, bring it to the shop.
That's gonna be awkward. We need like a camera.
Okay.
We need like a
Take 36.
Take 36. And I even had, that should have been a good title.
What's that? Let me see.
Escape Routes. That was that because we were gonna talk about you from tragedy to triumph. And then I had Oblivious Obsession with Thug Culture. The Switch Up Education. I had some good topics there. I had Kid Culture. We were going to be talking about sneakerheads. Because we'd stay wearing a different pair of sneakers.
All barbers do. Don't just pinpoint me. All barbers have a fresh pair of kicks. If your barber don't stay with some fresh kicks on, get him out of there. Chop lip. Get him out of there.
I just realized the barbers I had in the past who didn't have.
They had fresh kicks on. That's why.
So no, but the ones that were really good, they had nice shoes. But the ones who didn't,
they can't cut. They just there.
And they were always in the bag.
Hide them in the bag.
Someone said use your iPad or your iPhone. We'll figure it out, Crystal.
Shout out to Crystal. Crystal been tapped in from the beginning.
I've seen people with the iPad, so
we got to do all that. We'll get a camera.
Because he was gonna have like a setup and all these. Lewis, you say you're gonna be on the show? I'm confused. That's what you're trying to say.
What did he say?
I'm coming. Are you trying to be on the show too? I don't know if I can handle 2 halls on the same show.
That'd be fun.
Let's be honest. No shade, Calvin. I can handle Lewis more than Calvin.
He the coolest one.
But Calvin is funny and hilarious. We would not nothing.
We ain't gonna make it through.
We ain't gonna make it through a show with Calvin.
We gonna cut up. We gonna cut up. Yeah, I agree. Shout out to Calvin.
Hey, Calvin.
He's gonna be like, stop calling.
Like these were like brothers growing up.
Yes,
legit brothers. Yeah. So I remember when Lewis went to go play for Central. Yeah. Our memories are coming back.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we can. Yeah, if you don't mind driving down. Wait,
he don't mind. He in Raleigh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Raleigh. Yeah, no problem.
So, but we definitely are going to. We can do something with this. We just have to.
So when I need to get the camera tomorrow.
If you're gonna really get the camera, get the camera.
What type of camera you want?
You were talking about.
I don't know nothing about cameras. I know about clippers. I cut some hair.
But this is the same. You the same person who you were like, we're gonna get different angles and we're gonna set them up in the shop.
I tried that. It didn't work. I had a guy. My man. Yeah, came out. He tried to set it up for me. It just didn't work. He said it was too much to put together.
So, well, what I thought about it we have to do, because the way your shop is set up, we gonna have to have like maybe one camera on one side, or iPad on one side, one in the middle, and one on the side. Because your chairs are wide, unless you can move your chairs.
We can move them for the show. That's not a problem. If we move it, what they gonna say?
So we move the chairs, then we may only need one camera. It just depends on how wide the chairs are apart.
Who we inviting?
Anybody.
Anybody? Can we get Crystal on there?
Yeah, we can get Crystal.
I want to get Crystal on there.
Well, we have to figure out what we want to talk about. How often we trying to do this though? Like once a month? How often you do this?
I don't know. We'll put it together.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
So I'm gonna give him a time period. We're gonna say 2 months. We're gonna see, and just go from there. Because I know Crystal has a podcast. I want to say they do theirs live somewhere. It's almost like a talk show.
Okay.
I can't remember where it is. I want to say it's on Wednesdays. It's really dope.
Yeah, that sounds smooth.
Yeah. So we Louis, we gotta invite you. And then hey Trinai, you didn't call me. That's one of my mentees. She gotta call me. Matter of fact, you can call me when I get off here. So, but thank y'all for tuning in. So we are right at an hour. I didn't think we were gonna make it.
You didn't even make it?
I knew we would, but it came like crickets because people. So thank y'all for joining. So this is a few reminders. Don't forget to pre-order your books. Hold on, I still got the comment up. Don't drop the ball. Oh, Lewis said don't drop the ball. Yeah, don't. So we are definitely I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. So there we go. So again, go ahead. If you haven't already, pre-order your books. I'm at 14 orders for Reverse, which is the middle grades novel. I really want to get it up to 50. So y'all, please order by this Sunday, if possible. Order multiple copies. I mean, it can be a class set for your classroom for my teachers. It's definitely a book you can teach to your kids, a novel set. Our next episode will not be until March 2nd. That's the next time I will see y'all at 8:00 with Amber Blake's. It's called Conductors of Destiny. She has a book out basically talking about our prayer life and how we want to help our kids become better, awesome human beings. And then from her, the next day on the 3rd at 11 a.m., we will have an author chat with Janae Marks. She has some awesome books. Like her book that I read, it's from the desk of Zoe Washington. And the young lady on her 12th birthday gets a letter from her dad, who's in prison, to find out he's been writing her all this time.
That's deep.
And then he admits to her, I didn't even commit the crime. And she's like, well, should I believe him? Should I help him? So it's really
believe him.
So it's I don't know how else to describe it, but it really just shows just the injustice of, I'm trying not to give the story away, but it just really shows how if you don't get the right lawyer or the right help and you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, and sometimes not even the wrong place, you could be in the right place, and how the system is set up to try to keep us down.
Support is everything, y'all.
Support is everything.
Support your people.
So that will be episode 9 at 11 a.m. on the 3rd. And then the last episode for right now. And I say right now because I may have to shift what time I have my podcast. So, but Keisha Lewis, I grew up with her. Matter of fact, our parents, her mom and my mom taught together. Shout out to Bates Middle School. And we actually went to high school together, ran track together. But she is a diabetic coach. My mom is actually consulted with her. We're basically trying to help you to manage. Because the reality is a lot of people think you have to stay on medicine and you don't. Like you really can combat that. So
that's needed.
Yes.
That is needed.
Like even how she broke down, I was watching her YouTube channel, one of her videos, and how she broke down a lot of people when they think of sugar, they automatically think of candy. She was like, no, you have to think about rice. And it's just, hold up, what's going on here? They always do this on TikTok. Where you're on there a long time. Really? Just okay. But the way she broke down watching your carbs, or the fact, okay, let's say you're supposed to be watching your sugar. If you had a soda, maybe for the rest of the day you want to drink water. Like little stuff like that can help, bring your levels down, balance it out. So that's going to be a great discussion I'm having with her. And then from there, hopefully by then I'll know what my schedule is like. And then from there, I'll schedule some more people to come on and do some more episodes and bring some other people back. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm definitely going to bring my brother on. We just got.
I want to see that.
Yeah, I definitely want to. Yeah, but his schedule is all over the place. So
you got to go to him.
No, he. I mean, most people like you and the former student who was here the other day. Most people go online.
Oh, okay.
It's a link you can click.
Oh, well, that's not bad.
It's more personable in person. Like you vibe off each other and you laugh and you joke a little bit more. But most people click a link and they log on. Okay. So I see we have one more comment. All right, so somebody said the best barber in the world.
Shout out to
Bobo.
Bobo.
You probably know who that is. We just can't see the picture.
Yeah, I can't see the picture, but you know what's up.
Yeah. So he's really dope. So, but yeah, and it's another surreal moment I have, and after that we'll go, is every now and again in Rich's shop, I'll run into one of my former students.
You do, yeah.
Like Jason. Because I kept looking at him. Like he's like, I know who you are, Miss Jenkins. And I was like, I wasn't sure. And that what was so beautiful about that moment is he admitted you was right. I should have did better.
He did say that. Yeah.
And I was just like,
he ended up going through some things.
Yeah, and he admitted that. And he was like, you was right. You was trying to teach me, but I was dealing with a lot. And I was like, oh my gosh. But it never fails. Every now and again, I'll run into somebody and I'm like, I taught you. And then he'll egg on stuff and say stuff.
Everybody come through the shop.
So, but it never failed when Jaden was in there. He got real quiet because he knew. But
Jaden Brown.
Yes. Yeah, because Jaden, 8th grade year, Jaden, let's be honest. Because we were talking about that when I recorded him for my infomercial, The Blessing for the World. He's like, because you used to get me in trouble. I said, you did stupid stuff. You did stupid stuff. You were like, he was truly an 8th grade hormonal boy. And I'm just like, sit down somewhere. But he is definitely evened out. Yeah. So I look forward to seeing what he's going to do next year in football. Yeah. So we got somebody else who's tuning in. The best to do it.
That's a beast. Shout out to a beast.
So, but definitely check him out. So you don't have any more barber chairs, do you?
Available?
No. Yeah, he's completely.
Yeah, I'm booked up. Yeah.
Which I don't know why we didn't talk about that earlier. And maybe we do want to talk about just going to business as far as the business aspect more. But a lot of people don't know when you have barbers in your shop, they have to pay to be there, right? Like
yes, they do pay a booth rental. Yeah.
So
weekly booth rental. Pay it on time too.
Oh, Jaden is talking junk.
What Jaden got to say?
You messed up my line.
Now you just go sit on YouTube Live.
Okay, Jaden, first of all.
Right after.
Ain't nobody, you know what, Jaden? You was on Instagram. You could have posted, you just wanted somebody to see your comment. That's all that was.
That's how he jumped over there. Shout out to Jaden.
He's one of my former students. He's a scholar. I had Jaden from 6th to 8th grade.
Yeah.
So for those of you who have been following me, if you go on my YouTube channel, it's called The Blessing for the World. And he's one of the kids young man that I interviewed.
Awesome young man.
Awesome. He's very, very smart, very brilliant. Yes. It was just that 8th grade year.
Good kid. Only 8th grade.
That was only 8th grade that we had to. Yeah. So nobody's trolling you. Nobody.
I think he's talking about Jade is trolling.
Oh. So, but literally good guy. Which, yeah. Shamar's the same way too.
Yeah.
Good kid.
Good kid. Yeah.
He's another one. I look forward to seeing what he's going to do next year in football.
Next year? I need to see it.
Like I remember when I first saw Shamar, because I always knew your daughter. His daughter's a year older than my son, and she used to be in the safety patrol line with her, in the carpool line. I was like, oh my gosh. And then I remember when I saw your son, it wasn't middle school. It might have been middle school. I was like,
Kelly Mill.
I was like, Rich, this is a big dude.
Yeah.
And he's grown up a little bit since then. He's taller.
Yeah.
He's huge. Little big teddy bear.
Yeah. And nice guy.
He will whine in a minute though. I'm not gonna lie.
You get that from his mom.
But yeah. But this was good. So on the record, we are saying that we are going to take this on the road.
Yes.
Maybe once a month we'll get up with some guests and have a conversation about something.
Yeah.
Do it at the shop.
Yes.
We're just going to figure out the equipment. So I may have to come by your shop and see how we can set it up.
That's fine.
So
we can do that. That's not.
But so give us. We're talking about maybe around March or something. This is almost March. April. April.
Why so far?
March is 2 weeks away. The end of March.
I thought you said you want me to get the camera tomorrow.
Are you really gonna get a camera tomorrow?
Tell me what camera to get.
I don't know what camera to get. I need to find out.
Well, we need to.
If y'all know what camera to get, tell us what camera we need to get. Like, what camera do we need to get to shoot a podcast? And I know some people, so I can ask them.
Okay.
I can ask them, and they can tell me.
Tell them send me a picture. Don't tell me the M945. I ain't gonna know. Send a picture of the camera, please. We don't want the M945.
I feel like there's a way we can literally set up iPads.
I think so.
But my thing is, how can we make sure? Like, yeah, I'm gonna have to get with. I'm gonna get with Crystal, and then I'm gonna get with some other people and figure out how we can do this.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking about we're thinking out loud on the actual podcast. My bad, y'all. So, but I'm thinking like with how long your shop is to put a camera right in front of the chairs, it's gonna be super tight. So that's why it will be beneficial to have multiple cameras so they can catch different angles. I've seen people have it hooked up where they were able to switch to different camera angles.
Yeah, I was told about the switch, a button you can hit, right?
Yeah, it's a button you can. Yeah.
What they say, they love me. Somebody said they love me.
Oh, that's Day.
Who that?
Is that Day Day?
That ain't Day Day. He said he love me. Day Day ain't gonna tell me he love me. He better not. Who that is?
It says Day. I'm assuming it's Day Day. Is this actually the Day Day, the barber Day Day, or is this just Day?
I don't think Day Day gonna tell me he love me. He better not. We're gonna tussle when we get back to the shop. What's wrong with Day Day?
It's called. You know what? We can be. You know what? That's gonna be an episode. It is Day Day.
Oh my God, Day Day, what is wrong with you?
Give him love, Day Day. Give him love.
Oh, somebody else said something like him.
It's a 1988 Canon.
1988. What?
What is that? Okay, I hope you're not talking about the year. Somebody else came on. Why y'all came on so late? We've been here the whole time.
He's the best barber to do it.
Jarvis? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, Jarvis.
We gon' box. I told Rich on the podcast, I see you bulking up, sir. Hitting the weights. I see it.
That boy be eating Snicker bars. Boy. I'm not doing this.
So,
yeah, you talking about man.
Okay, we're gonna get off now because y'all talking junk to each other.
Yeah, not on here.
Not on here.
Appreciate y'all.
Have a good night.
Y'all be good.